Now, as a physical therapist who works with patients in their homes, I understand that it's not only intimidating, but it's difficult for patients returning back to the gym. I also understand that having weights in their home like kettlebells or dumbbells are not feasible for some people. However, I do believe that if you truly want to get stronger, you do have to have some level of resistance. And one of the most minimal investments that you can make at home is investing in some resistance bands. This is not only going to make the body weight exercises more challenging, but it will create a stronger stimulus so that you can truly build strength in your whole body. So in today's video, we're gonna go over piece by piece different exercises that are going to train your upper body, that are gonna train your core, and that are gonna train your lower body. And you'll be surprised even if you take one or two of these exercises from this video and incorporate them throughout the week, how much stronger you're gonna feel over time when practicing these. Now, the first exercise that I wanna get into that is extremely effective in building upper body strength and arm strength is a bicep curl. Now, what you're going to do is you're gonna step on the resistance band like this, and you're gonna grab the band with both hands here. The best part about this position is you really can't go wrong as far as form and technique because the band kind of sets you up to have a good position here. You're gonna lock those elbows nice and tight to the side, and all you're going to do is pull your wrist up towards your chin. When you do that, you're gonna feel your bicep muscles kick on. You're also gonna feel your core muscles kick on because the band is wanting to pull you down and you're pulling against it. If you just keep your elbows down at your side, you can really isolate those muscles of the arm, and this can be a phenomenal exercise when it comes to building arm strength as well as core strength. If you find with any of these exercises that it's too difficult standing on the band with 2 feet, if you simply just put 1 foot on, it's going to ease up on the resistance, okay? So the next exercise we're gonna get into is now gonna focus on the shoulder. We call this a shoulder press. So kind of like a dumbbell or a kettlebell, we go all the way up overhead and straighten our arm. Same thing here. I'm gonna take the band, wrap it around my palm like this, and I'm gonna keep my elbow down at my side, and I'm gonna do my best to press all the way up overhead. Now, depending on the thickness of the band, this will dictate how difficult the exercise is. For instance, if you have a thicker band, more than likely it's going to be more resistance. So you're gonna wanna make sure when purchasing it that you're looking at the resistance. You'll obviously wanna start off with something smaller and thinner that's lighter, but as you get stronger, you're gonna have to add more resistance by going either with a thicker band and a different color, that's for sure. So then you wanna make sure that when you do this, you're obviously working on both sides at a time. And this shoulder press, I'm telling you, 4 or 5 reps on each side, you're gonna really feel a lot of those shoulder muscles working. Next is we can't have a total body workout if we're not incorporating not just our core, but our leg muscles. And that's what brings us into the next movement, and that is a front squat. Now, I love the front squat specifically because it's gonna really target a lot of the quad muscles in the front. But I often find that many of the patients that I work with, especially people who are over the age of 55, have a difficult time doing a front squat using weight like a barbell because of the limitation in shoulder range, and they're having a hard time maintaining that good posture while they're squatting. This is why a band can be phenomenal to start incorporating the front squat in your routine. So you're gonna step on the band once again. I like to get in my squat stance, and that's usually for most people about hip width apart. Then you're gonna take the band and you're gonna almost point your thumbs towards you, almost like you're making a fist here. Now from here, you can kind of shimmy or bring your elbows on the inside of the band, and all you're gonna do is drop your hips straight down and you're gonna come back up. The band is pulling yourself down. You're using your legs to push into the ground against the band and really get a good stimulus out of the legs. And you'll see over time, this is a great exercise for building leg strength for the front squat pattern. Now, moving on to not just the legs, but more of the posterior chain. We're talking about our glutes, our hamstrings, and even our calves, we can start to get in a hinge pattern, our deadlift pattern. We're gonna take that band, we're basically gonna step on the band, just like so, okay? All I'm going to do is I'm gonna posture up in a good position, making sure that I'm bending at my hips. I'm gonna hold on to the band, and I'm gonna just stand straight up, okay? The band is trying to pull me over. I'm gonna make sure that I use those lower back muscles to really stand tall, stick out my chest. I almost like to remind patients to think about Superman or Superwoman chest. And as they go back, they're hinging at their hips, lowering all the way back down. This one in particular is such a great exercise because the resistance of the band really focuses on making sure that you keep tension on the exercise the whole time. You can really feel it all through the back muscles and the lower back as you're performing this. And this is going to be a great one when it comes to building glute and hip strength for the banded deadlift exercise. Now the last exercise we'll get into, very similar, just a variation from the deadlift, is a kickstand deadlift. Now, the deadlift itself, the one we just performed, is a exercise that trains both legs at a time. We call this a double-legged or bilateral exercise. But I often teach on my channel, when you work on single leg at a time, you tend to address and identify weaknesses in both legs. So that's why I like the kickstand exercise, because now I can put one foot on the band, and then that opposite foot is just gonna be behind me, putting pressure through my toes there. And I'm gonna do the same thing. So instead of both feet symmetrical, now I'm going one foot at a time, staggered in front. And I can do about 8 to 10 reps on one side, and then I will switch and move the band on the other side. And with any of these, you can actually just take up more slack by grabbing the band further down if you find that the exercise is too easy or the band is not creating enough resistance. But after 8 to 10 reps, once again, you're gonna feel a lot of those muscles on the back of the leg working really hard. Now, if you found any of these exercises helpful, or maybe you're already using them, make sure to comment below on which one of these exercises was your favorite. And in the meantime, if you're looking for more videos on how to build strength, whether it's your upper body or whether it's your lower body, I have more specific videos in this playlist here where I go over other exercises that you can incorporate to help truly build strength from home or on the go using resistance bands. Guys, thanks for watching today. To support this channel, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe below, and I'll see you in the next one.